Golf is as hard as you want it to be. On the surface level, it may not seem like it. The ball stays in one place, doesn't move. You're wearing slacks and skirts instead of gym shorts and, tights. You can play until the end of time. You can be a golfer as young as 3 years old or as old as, 107. Once you take that first swing, you get humbled extremely quick. So golf is hard, but it's just as hard as you want it to be. What makes something hard though? What's hard or difficult is relative to the person who sets that standard. You'll notice me talk about a lot or make connections with is the connection between golf and life. About it like this. When you're cooking for yourself compared to others, the standard may be a little different when you're only worried about your taste buds compared to when you're seeking approval of others. At work, your job sets a standard and it sets expectations that are to be met. Some people view that as the bare minimum and they do extra things to get involved, extracurricular activities, take on more projects, while others view that as exactly what they need to do. And by the time 5 o'clock comes, they're already at their door ready to check out. And what's hard or what's difficult is relative to the person that creates that standard. If golf is not necessarily hard, and it's all dependent upon the person, then what does make it so difficult? Once you think about it, the real difficulty comes in the attempt to be consistent. Google to try to look up quotes or different reasons why being consistent is so difficult, but really all I kept finding was quotes on the correlation between being consistent and being successful. Well, maybe it's so hard to be consistent because the level of expectation you set for yourself is not realistic with your reality. You're not consistent because you're making it way harder than what it has to be. Maybe you're not consistent because you haven't really tapped into the true reason of why you've been doing this activity in the first place. Golf is as hard as you want it to be, but the struggle really is in the expectations you set for yourself way more than the game itself. But you want to hit a high draw, you want to figure out a low fade, you want to figure out a punch shot or how to flop a shot, but you're not qualifying for the US Amateur anytime soon, let alone the even local club championship. You want to learn how to put spin on the ball, but you don't even play at a golf course that's got good enough grass for the ball to spin on. So how do you get good at golf? Well, just like in life, just embrace the journey. It's a marathon and it's not a sprint. Remember, you can play golf for a lifetime. You also live for a lifetime. It's probably a better way to put that. Like in life, set small goals for yourself, realistic based off your interests, your passion, and your availability. Appreciate the small victories. It is a real accomplishment and a big deal to make contact with the ball for the first time. Not to hit it 100 yards, not to make it in the hole, literally just to make contact. As a kid, it was a big deal when you aced your first test or when you just played in your first game. I remember my first year in college, my first semester, and thank God I passed all of my exams, but it was just an accomplishment to get through the first semester of college. Nowhere near graduating yet, but you appreciate the victories along the way. So golf is as hard as you want it to be. But as you continue to play this game, getting to learning it, just be real with yourself and be honest in why you're playing golf in the first place. I used to tell my students all the time back in Nashville, unless you're qualifying for something, unless you're trying to make the tour, unless you're out here gambling big bucks, then let's readjust our expectations. That way we can enjoy the game for what all it provides. Everybody is in golf to shoot a low score. Some people utilize golf just to get out the house, just to figure out a different way of staying in shape or to get outside. Some people need a break from their wife. Some people just need another way of connecting with their child or their family member. So I would say as you start your journey, at least with me, on learning how to play golf, figure out the reason you want to do it first.